it up with a false narrative. The class trials are rigged, and this whole game is illegitimate.
Oh, that. Right. Yeah, I definitely messed that up. Sorry about that.
So? Is that all you have to say?
The viewers won't accept that kind of apology. You gotta stop the killing game.
Huh? The viewers?
It seems like you're on the wrong track, so let me explain.
Okay, so first, I'll start with the event that inspired me to plan this killing game. That was about the time the meteorite impact started intensifying.
Did she just start some big story on her own?
I knew of Hope's Peak Academy's Gopher Project, and my inner Junko told me.
Crushing the Gopher Project, humanity's last hope, would be the perfect despair.
That's when I took over the killing game I devised.
I wonder if any of those clothes are like some funny random shit. If you could like still frame it.
And then I took the name Tsumugi Shirogane and sneaked in among them.
Did Kokichi know about this? Wasn't he a remnant of despair? He was your comrade, right?
Jesus, she still thinks that, dude?
Comrade? Junko Enoshima doesn't have comrades.
It's like, you don't need a remote after you've thrown out the TV, right?
The remnants of despair are just a bunch of despair fanboys and fangirls.
But I am despair itself.
I am a god of despair. Kokichi was just one of my believers.
A god wouldn't be comrades with one of their believers, right?
Then Kokichi didn't know your true identity either.
What a hopeless existence he led. To the end, he had no idea the object of his worship was right under his nose.
I don't care about your story. Tell us about the people watching. Who's this killing game being shown to? Where are the survivors of humanity? There's nobody watching.
Huh?
We were the last 16 people alive, you know. Who could be watching? Humanity is gone.
No, you're lying. If this isn't being shown to anyone, why care so much about rules? You're the one who keeps talking about making the game interesting. For whom?
Didn't she always do it for herself anyways? Like, assuming even this was the real thing, right? Like, I don't remember doing it for many other people.
You're what?
I just perfectly reproduced my own killing game is all. Just like the old Junko. The original was meant to be shown, so that's how I made mine.
You just wanted to recreate the past killing game. That's it?
Yep, that's it. There are no survivors of humanity. Things are just as you recall. That is the truth of the Ultimate Academy killing game!
No, that's wrong!
Oh dear! I am so surprised!
Maybe we all remember that there's no one left out there. But how do we know our memories are real?
What do you mean by that? You think your memories are wrong?
There's something that's been bothering me about our memories.
I mean, if you found the room with the fucking flashlights, then you would think you would figure out the part where they look like they're being picked out.
Here, look at this book. This book contains years of research about Hope's Peak Academy. Nothing would indicate this book is a prop. I believe the information here is accurate. But there's a lot written in here that differs from our memories. What is different? To know that for certain, I'll need everyone's help. I want you all to tell me everything that you remember about Hope's Peak Academy.
We just need to talk about what we remember from Hope's Peak? Okay.
So it started with the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring wars and terrorism around the world.
What the hell's wrong with that building at the very top, man? Somebody just like brushed their finger through it.
It would not be hyperbole to say that event brought despair to all mankind.
All caused by single high school girl.
Yeah, it was me. Junko Enoshima enrolled in Hope's Peak Academy as the ultimate fashionista. But my real identity was the ultimate despair. In order to cover the world in despair, I put my plans...
Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up here.
Huh? I detect no discrepancy in my memory banks.
Yes. Everything we just said is just like we remember it. But it doesn't match what's written in the history of Hope's Peak Academy.
So you gotta play Spot the Difference! Point out what everyone is mistaken about in their memories of Hope's Peak Academy.
What is it?
Right, time to play some Danganronpa trivia!
Don't have to play the first two.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in...
Can I reread through this just for shits? Yeah, they probably just redrew it. Make it look crispier, added some titty. Ultimate Despair applied the killing game.
human history.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy. Terrorism around the world.
That didn't start at Hope's Peak, it already been happening.
Single high
Alright.
school girl.
I mean, she caused it.
Hope's Peak Academy, the ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. I did everything in my power to spread despair over the entire world.
The biggest
Okay, they want us to latch onto the other part.
That event originated at Hope's Peak Academy, inspiring war and terrorism around the world.
Because of all that single high school.
That's wrong! One high school girl started the tragedy, the ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima. At least that's what I remember. But that's not what this book says. Ultimate despair doesn't just refer to Junko Enoshima. It refers to a group and the movement that came after. To put it simply, there's more to ultimate despair than Junko Enoshima.
This is the first time I've heard about this. Wasn't Junko the ultimate despair?
That's what I recall as well. That label should only apply to her.
Oh, my head. The fuck?
Coincidences sure are scary. Everyone misremembered the same thing.
Coincidence? Misremembered?
And that's not all. There are other discrepancies I'd like to point out.
Ugh, does it even matter? I'm bored already.
Just shut up.
So, let's continue where we left off. Junko resorted to different tactics to cover the world with despair. The killing game between the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy, for example.
They were locked up and forced into the killing game by the ultimate despair.
Weed man.
But boo-hoo. When I, the one who started it all, died, events were set in motion.
And the world began to move towards restoration.
Then the fight between the Future Foundation and the remnants of despair raged on!
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
That name, dude. The worst
Because
name.
Junko had prepared countless ways of spreading despair.
Like the killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy.
Pretty sure it was the 78th.
They were held prisoner by the ultimate despair and forced into the killing game.
They weren't held prisoner.
I have some bad news about that.
They decided to do it themselves.
The events that my death set in motion.
I'm just hoping that this, whatever happens, they just like write off the anime, man.
Only
It's
now
like a big
reaching
fuck you
their
to the anime.
climax.
So the remnants of despair and the Future Foundation are still fighting. But for now, we've avoided the worst of it.
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Because Junko had spreading despair.
The killing game of the 78th class of Hope's Peak.
Held prisoner by the
That's wrong!
The held prisoner part should be what they... I mean, I guess they were held prisoner by them.
It wasn't the ultimate despair that trapped the 78th class in Hope's Peak Academy. It was the class themselves. They shut themselves in.
Shut themselves in?
Why would they shut themselves in?
It has to do with the Hope's Peak Academy shelter project. During the tragedy, the 78th class trapped themselves inside Hope's Peak Academy for protection.
So our memory of the 78th class being trapped by the ultimate despair?
Are you saying our memories are wrong?
It just means those documents were written all half-assed. There's no need to worry about it. Your memories are all correct.
What you've been saying isn't consistent. First you said it was just coincidence.
Is that so?
Let's just move on. I want to talk about one more thing from our memories. It's about the rebuilt Hope's Peak Academy that we were attending.
What about Hope's Peak Academy?
There's no doubt that the 16 of us were students at Hope's Peak Academy. We heard it had been rebuilt and was accepting applications for talented students again.
Oh, you don't apply.
And so, we gathered at the brand new Hope's Peak Academy.
Since Hope's Peak Academy was large, we were all in separate classes. But there's no doubt we were students of the new school.
That is the question, then.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt. And recruitment of talented students was...
And we found out. We came to the new
I mean,
Hope's
they
Peak
definitely
Academy.
recruited them, but
The new
not
Hope's
applied.
Peak Academy was a huge school. Which is why we were all in different classes.
But we're all the same! That's right. We were all students of Hope's Peak Academy.
Hope's Peak Academy was rebuilt.
Okay.
That... recruitment of talented
That's wrong!
Why didn't they say applications again? I mean, they did recruit people.
We remember Hope's Peak Academy taking applications from talented students.
Maybe he did say applications at the bottom and we just didn't see it.
But that's not what's written here. The Academy did not take applications. All of their students were scouted.
Scouted? I've never heard that.
I wasn't scouted. I applied to Hope's Peak Academy on my own.
Me too. I chose to come to Hope's Peak. At least, that's what I remember.
Are you saying we're remembering it wrong?
But what if this book's just wrong? Researchers make mistakes too.
Maybe so, but I'm not getting all this from just the book. There is other evidence as well.
What?
What?
The killing game we're in now is one that began with Hope's Peak
What?
Academy. So this is the third game after Hope's Peak and Jabberwock Island.
Jabberwock Island.
But remember what Rantaro said? but Rantaro's name wasn't listed among the past participants of the game. He was not present at the 2 killing games that Junko orchestrated.
Then, which killing game did Rantaro participate in?
I'm not entirely sure, but it's clearly inconsistent, isn't it?
I mean, they're getting that, but there's
And the
more.
inconsistencies don't stop there. Kokichi's account is also suspect.
Kokichi's account is inconsistent too?
Oh, an inconsistency? Do tell.
We remember Kokichi as a remnant of despair, but I don't think that's true. He wasn't a remnant of despair.
He was a nice boy.
He wasn't a remnant of despair?
Have we not understood that already, man? Maki is so sure of that, I guess. Have coffee? That's a good idea. Should I go make coffee? Do I want coffee? I do. I have brisk sweet tea.
That's impossible! He was definitely a remnant of despair. The remnants of despair were the ones who tried to stop the Gopher Project.
I'm gonna fucking prepare the coffee. Are you ready, kids? Get back. Before it gets too hot and heavy. Coffee must be prepared. Have Coke. Cocaine! Cocaine assassin. Alright. Coffee's being made. Cancer? Give me some,
And Kokichi was their leader. If he was the one leading the remnants of despair...
You fucking wasn't, you fuck. God, nobody looks around anywhere,
He
man.
must have been second only to the ultimate despair herself.
Herself. My god. My god, my man, you're a genius. The boy genius. This wire is so annoying.
Yes, he loved me more than anyone. Like an obsessed fan hiding in the bushes.
This doesn't even sound like her voice actor.
So where's your proof he wasn't a remnant of despair?
The dice, man.
This is it!
This is it!
The motive video we found in Kokichi's dorm room. An organization centered around petty crimes, one that forbids murder. And in addition to that, the group was only 10 people. That's far too few to be the same group that tried to sabotage the Gopher Project. Meaning that whatever group Kokichi was a part of is not the
An
remnants of
actual
despair.
child.
His motive video clearly contradicts our memories. The memory we have of Kokichi being a remnant has to be false.
You mean he wasn't a remnant of despair? That's not possible.
Because that's not what you believe? I mean, come on, baby.
Come to think of it, we never actually heard it directly from him.
But it's still not possible.
Why?
Kokichi didn't tell us because he wasn't exposed to that flashback light. And neither was Kaito. Kaito didn't appear to know anything about the remnants of despair or Junko Enoshima.
If they'd been exposed to it, maybe we'd know the truth.
Maybe it's better that they weren't. I think the people who were affected by that flashback light were wrong.
What do you mean?
All of these weird inconsistencies are from memories we got from the flashback lights.
So the flashback lights are the cause?
You found the classroom that makes all the flashback lights, right, Shuichi?
Yes, and I noticed something strange about it. I actually did a little experimenting with a device.
Imagine how far they would have gotten without Shuichi. They would have probably been dead immediately. This man carries hard, dude.
It allowed you to select the memory that a flashback light would recover. However, some of the memories were inconsistent with each other. One might say there are survivors, but another would say there are no survivors. Bizarre, right? The flashback lights allegedly help us recover our memories. We're supposed to remember the truth that we forgot, and there should only be one truth. But then, having the option to recover contradictory memories doesn't make sense.
Then what are you saying?
Huh?
The flashback light isn't for recovering lost memories? Is that what you're saying?
Then what was it for?
What was it for, huh? Huh?
Wow, I wonder what it could be for.
Go on, tell them. What are the flashback lights for?
For Sawking. Do I really need a Hangman Gambit? These are just hard because they're fucking lying? L-Y-I-N? I don't know what word they want. Perjury, maybe? I mean, there's so many words to fucking... What's what? To memories? Tampers? Fucking this minigame sucks, dude. Start random shit. Yeah, it mind hacks them. Whoever said this game was better is very wrong. It's just broken at its core, man. There's so many words that could be used here. What didn't I use? I? Didn't suck ass entirely. I mean, it's better than the other ones, but it's still shit. I want to see where the A's are. I thought it was say impaired. Where's the ends? Implied, yeah. Implying. God, I hate Hangman's Gambit, man. There's so many different things you could put in there. I know in Danganronpa they'd have you have some stupid shit in there.
The flashback light isn't supposed to help us remember anything. It's a tool for implanting false memories.
Planting memories?
My God. Oh my God.
The memories you could select for the flashback
So
lights
crazy.
weren't our real memories. They were memories to be implanted inside us.
Damn.